Attention, people of Earth. This is not a drill. Turn up your volume. Roll effect. And kindly shut the fuck up for a while. It's time with Marty and Mr. Bill show.
Mr. Bill.
Hey, what's happening, man?
Here we are, man. I had another topic I wanted to discuss.
Oh, no.
And
what is it?
It rolled across my head, and I was noticing the other day, and I've seen a lot of this in the last year or two. I've noticed everybody. When was the last time you ever walked into a place and 85% of the people in the place, don't matter if it was a restaurant or a store or not, didn't have their faces buried into their telephones or the screen?
Oh, man, about 1990 or something, man.
Okay, I mean, it's been, constant. That's all they do, is stare at these screens. And I started thinking about this, I really, to depend on this right here, this has got to be damaging. I started doing a little research, and I have discovered that there's a lot of negative effects to cell phone use, not just cell phone use in itself, but in the screen time. All screen time, televisions, computers, cell phones, and most of the kids nowadays do the iPad thing and stuff like that, just this little small screen. And all day long, they're staring at this thing. And then, and the process, by using all this and gaming and stuff like this, especially the gaming. The gaming is I'm not against gaming. I'm all for it. My son is a gamer, and I wish I could play some of these things. They're awesome. And but I discovered that by playing the games and using those screen skills, you're actually affecting the gray matter in your brain, which is it's affecting an important frontal lobe in your brain, which governs your executive functions, such as your planning, prioritizing, organizing, your impulse control, which means getting your shit done, shit that you plan on getting done,
My porno control is pretty much, or porno control, I should say. I get things done, man.
You get that done.
And that's why a Freudian slip like a motherfucker right there, man.
I know you got your that prioritized.
Yeah, control, alt, delete, brother.
But it causes so many things, and doing so, man, it actually causes shrinkage of that tissue.
Yeah, mine does too, man.
No, that type of tissue, Right. Not in the other head, man. Not the head, not that head.
Yeah. The one that does most of the thinking back when I was 20, man. Did all the thinking.
Yeah, the one that don't do the thinking now. We're talking about the one that
it really ain't Little Bill either, man. Like Little Big Bill,
Big Bill.
Sir William.
Sir William. But you lose. There's also lost volume part of the brain, which is the brain itself. The section of the brain that lost volume is the part that it concerns your capacity to develop empathy and compassion for others, and your ability to recognize or whatever physical signals with emotion. Aside from the obvious link to your behavior, violent behavior, you lose all these skills and shit from playing the games because you don't have that connection to the damage and values. It's not the same because you're blowing this motherfucker's head off 35 times in this video, and it's no big deal.
Well, you try to shoot them from different angles to see how the blood spatter thing is, but other than that, it becomes that. It's like, I'm bored from shooting this motherfucker's head off from the front. Let's see what happens on the side, and take only half the head, and maybe he'll walk around a little while before he dies or something,
So doing this shit, man, they've turned around, and the kids not only do they suffer on that, but they also suffer sleep deprived. They deprive themselves of sleep deprivation.
Oh yeah,
You
I've
know,
done that shit. I'd be up playing a new video game, be up like 16 hours, and you look stupid, man. You got fucking Cheetos in your hair and your orange shit and your 5 o'clock shadow, man. And look like a
known fact.
homeless person, but you're playing that fucking video game, you know?
It's a known fact from when we were kids, man, because we were forced into this. That kids need an average. I mean, 8 hours is really minimum, but 10 to 12 hours of sleep every night. You want your
Yeah,
kid to
for a
get.
kid, because they're burning the candle at both ends when they're that little, man. With that extra
But
sleep.
so, but right nowadays in modern day society, the average kid's only getting 6, maybe 8 hours of sleep a night on the average.
It's not enough.
And no, it's not. So it's affecting their heads completely, man. So they're suffering from this, and it's going to cause them to be cranky and give also risk for them to become obese because they're going to lack decision making skills in their life, and they'll end up having increased health problems because of it, and do poorly in school. And it can usually be traced back to too much screen time, you know. Plus the fact now I watch this and kids myself that I know I've watched grow up, and the kids I'm watching grow up now that spend too much time staring at their iPads and stuff is the damage it does to their eyes.
Oh, yeah, yeah. I always wondered about that. You figure,
You can't.
haven't you ever been watching a computer and all of a sudden your eyes just start tearing up because you watch too much of that white and black contrast, the monochromatic part of it or whatever, and it just sears into your damn retina.
Okay, believe it or not, man, it's actually a blue light that's fucking you up.
Blue.
You know? Blue. It's a blue spectrum, and they've got special glasses you can buy, the computer glasses that cut that spectrum out.
Just my fucking computer been giving me the blues, huh?
It's been fucking your eyes up, man. It's a blue light spectrum,
Huh.
you know.
I didn't
And
know
and,
that.
and for some reason, even when it's in sleep mode or whatever, it emits that light. You
Really?
know. Yep.
Why?
Even I don't know why, but it does. It emits that light at all times, man. Even if you can't see it, it's damaging your eyes. So if you're looking at the screen, you're fucking yourself up, even when it's shut off.
Huh.
Yeah.
Does
So
it do damage or is it just sensitive to the eye thing?
that's the damage. I mean, I know the biggest part of damage I noticed with a young girl I know that always holding on to her screen, that her eyes ended up coming to look like she's looking like towards her nose, man. And
Oh, she's
she's
cross-eyed?
almost cross-eyed from looking at the screen,
Well, it's
man.
because you had to
Yeah.
focus on such a tight fucking little pattern right there an
Yeah.
inch away and so
And
small,
looking
you
at
know?
that little fucking screen between her fucking nose, her eyes are coming together, and she's actually have to wear glasses now, and she has to stay back from the screens now a little bit. But they have the 20-20-20 rule, man, which you're supposed to take your eyes off the screen and look at something for every 20 minutes, and look at something 20 feet away for 20 seconds. That's when you use a computer, that's what you're supposed to do. You know, and nobody does that, man. The kids get glued to that motherfucker for hours, man.
I can see that happening, man. I mean, I've got caught up when Guitar Hero, I mean, shit. I've got right behind in the closet, I get 4 Guitar Hero guitars. Um, I got about 10 or 12, Encore, rock the 80s and shit. I used to love that motherfucker, man. I'd be playing it, but when I got done, I'd look at my fucking carpet and it was moving, like in a figure eight kind of pattern and shit, like it was geared or sand or something, but it fucking physically moved. And to this day, I mean, I know it's related to watching the Guitar Hero, maybe the conveyor belt part of how it works or whatever, but it weirds me out, man, because like, you've heard about like epileptics and shit, people shit would trigger seizures and like I can't hell from the days of Duke Nukem, which is like the
Yeah, Duke Nukem was
almost
early,
the
man. It was kind of a
yeah,
shit.
it
I mean,
was yeah, but that was almost the precedent setting video game where you start seeing go around the corner quick shit and stuff like that. Now that shit would make me sick. A lot of people, my equilibrium can't travel and keep up with the screen as fast as it needs to. In 2 minutes, man, I'll be puking in Duke Nukem. I'll be Duke Pukem.
Duke Nukem.
Yes, I will. And and I can't even. I'd love, man, to get into these like Sony, these online games where you're like, part of a battalion and shit, killing people and stuff, and get scores for it, and you know, but
I've seen my kid play people overseas and
well,
stuff,
yeah,
man.
but I couldn't do that, man, because and in real life they're not going to stop for me to catch my equilibrium because I'm about to throw the fuck up. No, they're going to put a bullet in my skull. And that's what's going to happen in the fake world there too, because you stand there for a while trying to collect your senses. Somebody's going to put the one in you. So it's not a game that I could do. That's why I didn't fly in the Air Force, man. I wanted to fly a plane and shit, and I would have been good at it. But my equilibrium, I mean, like they would have been calling, I would have been known as Puke. I mean, they did Maverick. You want to ride with Puke today? No, I ain't gonna ride with Puke, man. No, man.
Oh hell no, man! I know I got to sit in the back, and I know where that shit's
Yeah,
going when he
that's
fucking
right. He says
takes off.
Puke can ride with me, man.
That's right, right in the back.
Well, why don't you let Puke ride shotgun for diarrhea guy?
Yeah, there we go.
No, fuck that. I just never got in, man. But it, I wish I had though, man, because I think I'd have been great. I wouldn't have been like the Red Baron or anything, but I would have been. I think I'd have been good because I wouldn't mind pushing the envelope. It was just I couldn't even consider it, man. Hell, I went up in a Cessna, last little plane I ever went up in. I did get sick in that motherfucker, man. Of course, he banked and went to the right at the same time, and basically left my cookies up in the upper hemisphere there.
Hey man, the first time I went up in a little single engine plane, man, the dude got me up there fucking, I don't know, fucking, I was way above the treetop level, man. I mean, I was fucking up there, I mean, the trees looked like they were way far away, and he shut the fucking motor off.
I know, I hate that.
And I thought the motherfucker died, I really did.
You think you're gonna die, man?
I'm about ready to shit my pants, man. And he thought that was the funniest fucking thing in the world, man.
Well, the dude that I went up with, he had crashed once. He had literally crashed in a cornfield, wrecked his plane, lived and shit. Was telling me the story after we got up. He's like, "Oh yeah, it ain't so bad, you have to crash." Well, we did. He started out. I saw him about crashing and shit, and he goes, "Well, it ain't so bad after the first time." I'm like, "What the fuck are you talking about?" He's telling me about the great crash, and I'm like, "No, man." Then he did the down and to the right thing, and I puked. And I'm like, "Fuck this shit. I'm never going up in a little plane again." Never did. I mean, I fly a big 747 or something, but but fuck those Cessnas.
If we're gonna finish this, we better get back on it, man.
All right, man. I forgot what we're talking about. Scooby Doo.
I know you would, man. See, that's why I gotta try to keep track, man. You get me messed up because I'm stoned, And
he's talking about Scooby Doo.
Get up on something else, man. Yeah. Now we're gonna go back to Scooby Doo. No, we was talking about the cell phone thing, man.
Oh, we really weren't talking about Scooby Doo.
The screen time. Scooby Doo was not involved, but you could have been watching Scooby Doo on one of your fucking screen devices,
I had no screen device on right now, though, man. That's a scary thing.
We're looking at me and you're both looking at screens right now.
Not unless your new name is Scooby Doo. I mean,
you watching Scooby Doo? but
where are you?
But
more like Shaggy, man.
But by doing all this shit, though, man, the kids are learning how to interact with on game, on screen shit, and even the people that they're reacting who's on screen people, man, there's no face to face shit no more.
It's true, man.
And so in the process, we've got all these kids playing more violent, more bloody video games, which I'm not against. Now, I don't want everybody to think I'm trying to shoot these games down because I just think they're awesome, man. I do. But
you really want to be some dude develop a game, find Marty and Mr. Bill.
These kids are far more
where the
likely.
fuck's Waldo, man?
Yeah, but these kids are far more likely to be aggressive both at home and school.
Well, that's what I say, man. They make up a video game about killing us. They wouldn't have any problem killing us probably for real because they think we're part of the fucking game, like Avatar or something,
So I'm just saying it's not bad for the kids to have their time on their screen, but we should try to limit it. Like no kid, especially under the age of 2, should get no screen time at all.
It's true.
None under the age of 2, and then like 3 to fucking 15, say, you shouldn't get no more than I'd say 2-3 hours a day max.
It's a lot, man.
and that's a lot of screen time, man. It really is. You cover a
23,
lot.
21 hours a week, man. That's a lot, man.
What a lot of people are not considering the fact, and I might be wrong in this, man, because it's just the way we came up. But our species evolved in an environment where
From cell
everything
phones. No.
everything in life was face to face interaction. You know, okay, we had to face each other, we had to see each other, we had to deal with each other, we had to learn to work with each other and work within these boundaries that contained us.
Yeah, and
Not
you got in a fight, man. You just went out and whooped somebody's ass. You didn't like call them up on Facebook and say, "I'm going to fuck you up on July 17th at
you know,
2:30, maybe if I,
or
depending what."
take out their avatar or something like that. I'm just saying,
Steal their computer information instead of beating their
yeah,
ass, you know?
they got these people
That
out
probably
there.
hurts worse.
Yeah, they've got these people out there that are more devastated if you fucking get into their account and steal their games or something
Oh,
than they
yeah.
are if you whoop their ass. But
I don't know, man. Fucked up world, man. You're right.
the fact is, though, our species evolved in this environment where we had this face-to-face interaction. Since now, way I look at it, since our species evolved, evolved in this environment, what if we've adapted to that environment, and it's likely that our skills to continue to grow depend on that interaction. You know, if we reduce it, we reduce the social skills that we have to interact with each other. Then what if that's going to reduce our advancement in life?
So you're thinking technology is taking away from social interaction, which in turn is going to turn us into Jeremiah Johnson in a fucking cave somewhere, but with a lot of high-tech shit.
Technology, though, no, what I'm saying is technology is actually slowing down progress.
Slowing down interaction progress.
That's just it, man. Before we had all this shit, motherfuckers were trying to figure out how to make it.
Yeah, I'd have to come over and see you, man. Take 2 days and shit instead of calling you up. Take 10 minutes.
And if we had an idea like, hey, Bill, let's make a phone that we can talk to each other this far away at real FaceTime,
We'd still be trying to figure out how to break out of the fucking nut farm, man.
True.
Where they put all the other Star Trek motherfuckers that thought about the same shit.
Yeah, thought shit could ever happen, you know.
Captain Quirk, you know. Spook.
But we would have been no different, but we would have had to actually spend time face to face to figure this shit out.
Yeah.
Nowadays, these motherfuckers can develop something, design it, build it, put it on the fucking market, and never meet the motherfucker they were working with.
Well, if you don't like the dude, I mean, how many dudes you work on the factory line you want to beat his ass? You know, at least this way you could just celebrate the money and fuck him. You don't ever have to meet him, you know.
But nowadays, any advancements we make made the motherfuckers usually sitting at home playing on his computer, you know, drawing his designs up, sends them to this next guy. This guy does this part, you know.
Well, I mean, it's a great life, you know, if you can sit there in your underwear. Hell, I'm in mine now. You guys never know. I don't know, man. To me, I don't mind the changes that have happened in my lifetime. You know, like we've talked about cable and microwave and fucking remote controls, for Christ's sake. I can remember I had a Setchel Carlson. Nobody would, you know, you guys look it up, Setchel, Setchel Carlson or something. They are the coolest looking fucking TVs you'll ever see for retro televisions. They're old school, they're, you know, CRT stuff, but I had one, was a basic one, but I had one had a remote control, and it was a fucking chime, and you literally, it sit there and had like to change the channel forward only. It had one for mute, and it had one for on and off, and you'd hit it and it'd go, king, and you'd hear this fucking turret in the TV go,
yeah.
Go,
I remember the ones that used to clunk, man. I remember that.
And motherfucking was like a gun turret, man. And you sit there and it couldn't go any faster. You couldn't like hold it down. It'd be like ticking, ticking. You know, you tend, you know, but you know, back in the day, television stations had more viewing audiences from start to finish because you didn't fucking get up 300 times in an hour to turn the channel, man. You put that motherfucker on something. In fact, my grandparents, they had like a tenor rotor thing. and you'd have to fucking, they had it marked on the antenna rotor for like channel 3, channel 8 and shit, and you turn to that
That's the only way you could get it.
Yeah, it wasn't like one antenna, big motherfucker up there, and it'd get everything in the area. No, man, you had to zero in on that shit. And then, and it take you fucking 3 minutes to get the shit in right. So the last thing you're going to do is go, oh, fuck, man, leave it to Beavers on and turn it again. Spend another 10 minutes trying to zero in the only other channel you had. So, but it was amazing, man. Like, people now, they got 500 channels, remote fucking everything. The remote control almost gives you a blowjob. Actually, I'd buy one if they did.
I imagine they've got one that will if you look it up, man. I could Google that for you.
Well, it's probably remote control to a blowjob giving device.
I bet there is one.
We know that to be a fact because don't lie, folks. I'm going to tell you, I know he's already looked this shit up. He's just re-looking it up right now, man. He ain't being slick. He was going to buy one until he found out they were $1,000. Actually, I might have too, but. It's a lot of money, man, for self-gratification, You can use lefty and righty 1,000,000 times for $1,000, But they had one, man, Japanese, it was called, like, Osaka. Actually, it wasn't, man. That's just me being a dumbass. But, that's not a bad idea, man. Why don't we start on a fucking prototype, man, of Osaka? And we see if we can...
There you go, remote control.
Oh, man, your son's home.
Oh, that is my son that just passed us.
Yes.
But Mr. Bill, well, I think all I wanted to say is that we should try to recognize the screen time and watch what our kids do with it. And then once you get past a certain age, it's beyond worrying about it. But when they're young, that's when you got to think about it.
This is true. So I would say, to recap, no kids under 2, teenagers no more than 2 to 3 hours per week on a reward basis so that they know they get something for something.
There could be a daily thing, a couple hours.
Yeah, I know, I'm just being a prick, but I mean, kind of make them work for it a little bit, those fucking punks. All right, man. Well, shit. Well, hey, man, what do you think about, what do you think we ought to talk about for the hitting and quitting, man?
I don't know, Mr. Bill. Let me think about it. Okay, that might work. Thanks, Mr. Bill. We'll go with the Hillary Clinton thing, man, since everybody's talking about that right now.
Yeah, that bitch. I'm going to get a bumper sticker, put on my Vans, and go, yeah, that bitch. Hillary, the bitch that keeps on being a bitch,
She ought to be the new Teflon Don,
Teflon bitch, man. More like
Teflon bitch.
Scotch Guard whore.
Scotch Guard. Here we go. The Scotch Guard whore.
The Scotch Guard whore.
Oh no! Now we don't want to be tagged on that.
Wouldn't that be a bitch, man? If like 2018 she's lost and all over YouTube, man, is another interesting development happened today with the Scotch Guard whore. I'd be mad, man, unless we were getting royalties on that shit now.
She'll get that nickname now. She's like the Teflon Don, man. They try to stick shit on her and it just slides off, man. Now, she walked away with that shit in July. Now, the good news is they're bringing this shit back up with more evidence on the 33,000 text. Yeah.
Hey, one of them's got a ball sack somewhere in that fucking committee somewhere.
Well, it doesn't matter if they got a ball sack or not, man. This dude's popped off with these 33,000 emails that she let her lawyers erase.
Did you know that fucking shit was not just deleted? It was deleted in such a way that it had been deleted like the shit that I have on my computer, man. They call it the crypto fucking some bullshit, man, where it deletes it like it goes over the motherfucker like 300 times and shit. It takes like 4 days to delete the motherfucker. Just putting zeros and ones and zeros and ones everywhere. Now, why the fuck do you do that? It wasn't national security because she fucking leaked some of that shit anyway.
Well, not that it was not the fact that there obviously was plenty of information on the server with the 33,000 emails that her lawyers deleted, but the fact that their lawyers obviously had enough information of classified documents and stuff on their own phones that they had to erase all their own phones and all their own devices.
I know, man. Well, the whole fucking thing, you know, my emails were private with my hubby Bill. Then you get the motherfucker, and it's all over the internet. Motherfucker's on an interview talking about how he's only done 2 emails in his whole fucking life because he hates it. Now, you know, if he hates it, he didn't do it. So he's like gonna unlie his lie.
Well, no, see, that's another Bill Clinton fucking fake out, man. Bill Clinton probably spent every day on his fucking life on the emailing some little twit over in fucking Philippines or something,
Well, that's
trying to
maybe
find
true.
some underage kids or something, you know.
Well, you know, they had that fucking pervert island man out there in the Bahamas, out there in Bermuda or whatever, that fucking that one dude's got where Clinton went out there all the time, man, and it was a fucking island where underage girls, man. It's called Orgy Island, man.
There you go. That's Bill Clinton right there.
It should have said Bill Clinton sponsored by, or no, Orgy Island sponsored by Bill Clinton.
Sponsored by Bill Clinton.
Come to Bill Clinton to get cummed upon, you know.
Right. But now that they've released this information that proves that in July, when Hillary sat there and told them she had no information, she knew about no weapons,
Yeah, lying bitch,
that she was straight up lying to Congress because they retrieved the 33,000 emails that she tried to delete, and in these emails, she first-handedly handed these weapons to these organizations that she knew were going directly to the terrorists.
To ISIS and shit, man.
She signed this shit off herself.
I know.
Man. She knew about all of it.
There's money to be had, man. That fucking bitch would do anything for $1, man.
So she flat lied to Congress.
But there was some shit, Nigeria, man. But this motherfucking billionaire dude out there, man, contributed to the Clinton Foundation, like $1.5 million or a couple of mil and shit. Then there supposedly was some shit about how Hillary and the State Department shit, you know, leaned on him a little bit, you know, for some land purchases and shit, but it never went through. And then there was another deal, what the fuck, my brain's half gone on this, but I don't remember, man. Some other European thing, man, where, you know, they were kind of leaned upon to do this shit. You know, the short and long of it is, you know, you put some money in the fucking Hillary Clinton Foundation, and then you got some kind of a kickback in the form of her sponsoring the government to do something for you or some shit. But it was a pay for play situation, man. And they're under down. Like I said, there's 5 fucking things that they got her solid on. Each one of those motherfuckers carries a minimum max of 5 years. I mean, that basically 25 large, man, full term.
Right. Now they came off with this new shit. Before it was straight up 5 hard, you know, for each offense. Now they're saying or a fine.
Yeah, it should be called like the Hillary Clinton. If you got a lot of money from stealing from motherfuckers, fine, you can get out of prison fund.
Mm-hmm.
That sucks, though, man.
The Clintons will end up paying a fine on this deal.
I hope it's $10 million, man.
Yeah, for whatever. I hope it's $100 billion, $1 billion.
Well, I hope it's all that they got plus $1, and plus she loses the fucking election.
That's right, man.
Fucking bitch.
We don't. I mean, but once again, no, we have to say under no circumstance can that woman get into office.
No, she cannot, man. No, she cannot.
But now,
at any legal cost, that bitch cannot get in office.
I want to bring to the attention that how that Big Daddy Trump has stepped up on his foreign policy speech. I give him complete praise.
Oh yeah, two motherfuckers big time up on the Trumpster, man.
On his stepping up on that last foreign policy speech, I amend any doubts or discussions I might have had on the wrong side of Trump being such a jerk, because I think he came off of that stuff just right on the dot, you know, and he is definitely still the man we want in there.
Well, you know, the thing is, what he's shown to everybody was He can play the game just like they can play the game. He looked presidential. He sounded presidential. I was honored to watch that speech. He didn't raise his voice. He finally got somebody, and all the great ones weren't the great ones because they were great. They were the great ones because they were good and they hired people that were great. And that's what this fucker's finally done. Big Daddy went and hired the god, man. I don't remember what his name is, but that motherfucker's the prez maker. That bitch, if
Stephen Burr or something. I don't.
but the
The
thing
guy,
of it is, if Big Daddy listens to this motherfucker now and doesn't run his attitude scam down on him, and he's going to do it. But if he keeps putting his foot in his mouth by overstepping and being a little too personal, a little too this, a little too that, he's pressing the game because. Like you and I have talked about the fact that the worst case scenario, he's 14 points down in Virginia as of yesterday, and that's against, like you said, man.
ain't
That's
nothing, man.
well, I'll let you bring it up, man. You can run it down. I mean, that's against somebody that's been a politician forever,
Right. Well, you look like you said. I got into this discussion before, man. Like, Hillary, man, she's been in there. I mean, an actual part of the political system. I mean, all her life, but actually working actively for over 25 years. She's been there.
I think it was
as a
about since
senator.
1990 she got to be senator somewhere in that area.
Yes, I mean, she was a senator. She was Secretary of State. She was First Lady. She's
Well,
I mean,
78 is when Clinton took governor of Arkansas, so she's seen her first political side by office scenario back then. And
right.
from what I've read and heard, as much as you wouldn't think so, she's the boss in that family. I mean, there's the deal. I mean, there's shit on the fucking news where Clinton had a right black eye. Hillary fucked him up one night, man. Oh yeah, they said they could hear the shit from the shaft in the elevator, and they heard a vase get thrown across, and probably wasn't a vase, it was a vase, because I believe a vase is anything costs over $100. If it's in the fucking White House, it was a vase. So there's a fucking $500 taxpayer donation for her to get a fucking rant and try to fuck Bill up with a vase, and smacked him in the fucking right eye and shit, and. She took a Bible, man, and like punched the dude in the Secret Service dude in the back of the head. I mean,
I've heard them stories too.
I'm telling you, man, that bitch is psychotic.
But the ones we do know for sure, that the bitch lied.
And she's a fucking seizure queen right now.
And it kills me for using the B word because it's true.
Well, it is, man.
I hate to actually use that, but it's.
I mean, I'd be on her stumping post, man, if she was decent people, but she's a piece of shit. She's a lying motherfucking bitch, and so's her husband. They've taken the United States political system and used it as their own fucking payola situation, man.
As a play for profit deal, man.
It's like anything's for sale to the fucking Clintons. They were going to they were going to rent the fucking Lincoln bedroom, for Christ's sake. I mean, everything that those fuckers do is oriented on them making a dollar, and they don't give a fuck who gets killed, who gets hurt along the way.
That's right, man.
And it's happening.
I can't say that if I lived in the White House, I wouldn't rent out every fucking bedroom in that bitch.
But I would expect you to. You don't expect a motherfucking president like them to be fucking rental whores on the White House dime, I mean,
I'd be making all that money, man.
I mean, there's a lot that can be said about profiteering, but don't do it blatantly like that. I mean, the Whitewater thing with them, and Webb Hubble and all those people, and the dude that took himself out, committed fucking suicide and shit, questionable circumstances. I mean, that whole fucking thing, man. Gordon or whatever his name was, or
Clintons have skated on every last little episode, man, of this shit. And
what's hurting them now? YouTube. Because they can't, they cannot fucking suppress everything on YouTube, and they know it. That's why there's so much dirt out here about them, because people are tired of it. Everybody knows they're fucking pieces of shit, and they're liars and everything. But now it's provable.
We have our constitutional right to have our opinions and say what we want. So.
And that's the thing. And if they had their way about it and they owned YouTube, none of this shit would ever make it out there. Right. They'd suppress it because
Now we're actually getting extremely long-winded in this hit it and quit it thing.
Because that bitch is a never-ending saga.
We cannot end it with Hillary, because There's going to be another hit it and quit it to come.
There
I
always will be.
guarantee it with Hillary Clinton, and
Right
we're
up
going to
till
keep,
November.
and we're going to hit it until she quits it. She's going to get the hell out, man.
Like I said,
We want.
she doesn't fucking, she gets the presidency, man. I'm buying me a piece of land over in Bangkok, man.
And I'm going to move in with Mr. Bill.
That's right, man. We'll be down there with those sweet little Bangkokers, getting our
That's right,
cocks
man.
banged.
You know shitty things about politics. You wait until we get down there.
That's correct.
But until then, I'm gonna let this one go because I can argue this point all night long because I cannot stand Hillary. And
I actually
and
like her, man. Can't you tell?
I can tell you really like her, man.
Yeah.
You're wishing you guys were closer. I know.
Man, if I could stand one more tattoo, I'd put Hillary's a bitch across my forehead.
We could do that, man.
No, we can't do that, man. I hate her, man, but you know, I couldn't stand to look at that shit and remind me of how much I hate her every day, you know. But anyway, on that note, everybody make sure you subscribe. Listen to them. We're putting them out as fast as we need to, as fast as we can think about them. But by golly, we're doing this for you guys. We enjoy doing it, but you know, we want you guys to enjoy it too.
We would love your input.
Yes, we would.
And like I said, comments, put them out there. Good, bad, nice, evil. I don't care. You want me to put your sister's phone number in there? Go ahead. You know, but anything, just respond to us in some way and let us know what we can inform you with. What can we talk about? What would you like to see us talk about?
Exactly.
We'll be glad to try to cover it.
This is actually a special one. Today's my 60th birthday. So
Bill has reached the point
where I'm fucking seriously old, man. That scares the fuck out of me.
And although I look much seriously more older than Bill, I'm not. Believe it or not. I've been to death before him.
Yes, I haven't been at death's door yet, man. I mean, I've been over in the neighborhood, but
I actually got there once already.
Yes, you did, man. You did, man. But that's a long time ago and a long time coming, man. You know, too mean to die.
My kid actually explained it as I was too stupid to die.
So well, if you don't know, man, that's okay too, you know.
So I'm okay with that because I've gained myself almost another year now. So I'm hoping I'm getting many more out of this.
I hope so too, brother. I miss you, man. Something happened. Yeah, you know, shit. It's all about the wheel, man. Everybody's there, and when you're there, you know, we lost a couple of guys a couple months ago, man. Been friends since I was 10 years old almost, you know, and it's fucked up, man. Shit happens.
When you get to our age, you get to watch people go away, you know.
Yeah, no, they don't come back, man.
No,
they don't come back.
So just be thankful for the time you have with those that you have time with now.
That's right. So you were lucky enough to be able to spend time with Marty and Mr. Bill, and you fuckers are lucky that we give our time for you.
Not everyone out there is going to be able to say that they knew us, but you can.
And that you saw me when I became a legal sexagenarian.
There you go. You're a sexagenarian. That's what it is at 60 years old now?
I hope so, man, or I just look like a dumb fucking ass. I think it is, yeah. I know when you're 80, man, you're the octopus. What is it? Octogenarian. But I don't know. I don't know. What is a 7, man? I wonder if you're like 50, you'd be like a maybe. Or no, maybe, oh yeah. What the fuck is a pentagon, man? Is that 6 sides, right?
6, yeah.
All right, well, that fucks up my theory. I thought it was 5. I would have said you're pentagenarian or something, but you can't be I'm a 6 pentagenarian. Sex pentagenarian.
Now a pentagon has 5 points, though. You're right.
Son of a bitch. I thought I had 6. So then I'm right, man. I could have been a I was 10 years ago. I was a pentagenarian, man.
There are different ways of looking at it. If they've got pentagon, paragrams, you know.
What the fuck is penta and para got to do with each
other? Star of David, you know. I mean, I wear one myself.
What the fuck is the Star of David got to do with being 60?
No. I wear.
All right. Once again, this motherfucker been vaping since 2 in the morning here.
Not fair, man.
That's what happens, man. He starts comparing being 60 to the fucking Star of David ring on his finger.
cannot help this, man.
I know,
And
man. That's why I love you.
Do not know what the numbers mean.
I think the numbers mean I got to go do some vaping to catch up to you, man.
Well, we will end this now and hopefully pick it up later. And Hillary will be another discussion.
That is correctamundo. So on that note, this is.
We will be celebrating when they indict her.
Yes, it will be the Hillary is no longer with us party. And on that note, this is two guys talking saying, see ya.